All right, so let's get into this. This is something find to be super interesting right now. Um, I'm just taking a look at the market and what's going on this morning. Pretty crazy news. Right now, Elon Musk bought 1.2 billion dollars of Bitcoin using Tesla assets, and so they're definitely investing into it. I could be wrong about that. I'm actually taking a look into some of this information on it. I don't know if Elon did it himself or if his company Tesla did it. Let's take a look at the news. Okay, yeah. So it looks like Tesla bought Bitcoin as part of with company assets. So they're betting on Bitcoin blowing up even more than it currently has, essentially. One of the things that Elon has been doing that's super interesting is he is really he's been putting his certain tweets out. One of them was when he tweeted GameStonk. Yeah, there it was. Here's this one. You take a look at what happened to the market right after right after he tweeted this. So take a look at, so it's January 26th. Let's pull up GameStop stock on January 26th and watch what happened. This is pretty interesting stuff that he's been doing lately. So January 26th, boom, he tweets GameStonk and bada boom, freaking blows up, the next day. So, or overnight is what happened. And so the next, 24 hours were a frenzy. People were buying more GameStop. This was kind of a way for Elon to get back at the big hedge funds who have relentlessly attacked his company as far as shorting Tesla. One interesting fact about Tesla is, dollar-wise, it's the most shorted fund out of any other stock in history. And so, taking a look at how much is Tesla shorted. So currently, well, as of December, there was one point where I believe it was closer to, I don't remember the exact numbers, but essentially, currently, well, as of about 2 months ago, or just over a month ago, it was shorted $35 billion. Obviously the market has shown that to be incorrect, but it's still pretty interesting. So that's one thing that I find super interesting about this whole Elon Musk thing that's going on. Also, on top of that, one thing that Elon did. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy?
Why you just not come?
What do you mean, dude?
Just come in your bedroom and I need to do meme on the iPad.
Okay, bring the iPad here and I'll help you out with it, okay?
It's not letting me in.
Okay, pull it off, unplug it and bring it in here. All right, sorry about that. So, Elon Musk also put in his profile on his Twitter account, Doge, the Dogecoin thing. So that was another thing that was pretty interesting what he did. You take a look at, hold on, let's find out when he did that. It was shortly after the whole GameStop thing. What's up? Okay. Okay.
It won't let me.
All right. It looks like it's playing it on the TV, so let's play it on. Disconnect.
Connect. We're just voting, Daddy.
Sorry, bud. Let's get it up here for you. let's give it a minute here. Okay, so it looks like what happened is you put it on the TV on accident. Alien TV. Here we go. All right, guys, bear with me here. Here you go. All right, buddy. So back to this here. So Dogecoin. Let's see here. So I don't remember when he did it, but let's take a look at Dogecoin. I know that it was shortly after the whole GameStop thing. Is a couple days after January 26th. Let's take a look at this here. So we could do the same thing, taking a look at like the last couple of weeks. Where's the... So same thing, like I said, Dogecoin was like 0.007 pennies. A couple days later, Elon Musk puts Dogecoin in his profile in his Twitter. Everybody sees it, and it absolutely skyrockets to 5 cents. And it's like on its way back up to like 8 cents currently. Absolutely insane. Like, these people have had wild gains. And so, you know, taking a look at what happened today, Elon posts, you know, the company, the Tesla posts that they buy 1.5. I saw other reports that it was 1.2, but Yahoo Finance is saying it's $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. So let's take a look at what happened to Bitcoin. This morning, I actually already have this one pulled up. Bitcoin hits an all-time high, almost $45,000. So boom, massive 10% gain. And just because of that news. And these things are like super interesting to I don't know how much of this was him buying the stock and it raising the price of it, or how much of it was hype of the retail investors jumping in, or maybe even, you know, a big institutional players seeing that as an opportunity to make money. They jumped into Bitcoin to see the big explosion, to get some good gains. But essentially, Bitcoin's up 13% today. Pretty crazy stuff. You gotta love seeing this type of stuff in the market. You know, it definitely drives a lot of growth. It's super exciting as an investor. If you have any Bitcoin, or if you have Dogecoin, or if you have you know, any type of investment that is totally hyped because of the news like this. And so definitely, it's been a pretty exciting morning so far in the investing world. Let's close this door a little bit. And so, yeah, I've definitely been keeping an eye on this all morning, seeing this crazy stuff. And so, yeah, I'm just taking a look at more information and more news. Maybe one of the things I could do is go over my buys this morning of what I did. So I put out a video at like midnight last night about me looking to buy into Nintendo. And so I bought, let's see, I think I bought like 3 shares this morning. Yeah, so this morning I bought in to Nintendo at 75.64. This is down a little bit right now, but it'll my goals with Nintendo is a long-term purchase, right? So all of us have played, you know, many of us actually taking a look at my analytics as far as who's watching my videos, and it's people right in my age range. You know, most of us grew up playing the Game Boy and Nintendo, the original and Super Nintendo, and all the Nintendo products and all the different consoles. And so, you know, kind of thinking about all of the wonderful experiences I had as a kid, and Nintendo's only gotten better at what they've done. The Nintendo Switch has absolutely crushed it this last year. You know, what happened during the pandemic, you know, Nintendo saw a quick dip, and then all of a sudden things started to change. Everybody was at home, they were bored, didn't have anything to do, so they got online and they started buying Switches, right? And so crazy thing is, like, during this period right here, it was like really, really hard to get a Nintendo Switch. They were flying off the shelves. You saw them on eBay. You know, people would go buy them at Target off the shelf the second they landed, and then flip it instantly on eBay for, you know, a couple $100 more than it sold for retail. So, you know, it's a pretty crazy thing what happened to the Switch during the pandemic. And so, yeah, super exciting news for Nintendo. Crazy thing is last year they had a $12 billion in revenue, and this year they've actually upped quite a bit what their targets for growth and for overall revenue gain for the company was, up to $15 billion. And so, you know, big news there. Nintendo's going to be putting out a new version of the Switch here soon, which is only good news. And so these are my buys this morning. Good job, buddy.
I got out the Switch.
Oh, you want me to help you finish opening it the rest of the way?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go, dude.
Oh, thank you.
All right, no problem, bud. I love you. Oh yeah, put that in the garbage. Thanks, dude.
Don't put it like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Kids are the greatest. And so yeah, great news for Nintendo. Like I said, I'm buying in. You know, taking a look at their 5-year growth, they're up 310% over the last 5 years. On top of that, they've averaged between like a 1.5% to 2% dividend, which is great as well. Currently, they're sitting at a 2%, but their dividend fluctuates quite a bit. You don't really buy a Nintendo looking at the dividends. Nintendo puts out they pay 2 dividends a year. It's kind of interesting what they do is they have a dividend X date, and then 3 months later they pay out on their dividends. And so there's only 2 a year, like I said. But Nintendo is definitely a growth stock. It's not necessarily an income stock that you put money into and try to get money out of it, you know, through the dividends. And so definitely a super interesting company to follow and take a look at. You know, I see great things out of Nintendo. On top of that, like they sell so many consoles, and it's absolutely insane what they do worldwide as far as like a worldwide market. And so super interesting stuff there as well. And let's see, and then the rest. So like I said, I invest $250 a week into the market. So obviously, you know, my 3 stocks didn't equate to $250. So what I did was just whatever was left over, I threw it into an ETF, which and this ETF beat the overall stock market last year by 90%. And so what I'm going to do, I guess, with the leftovers, because I do limit order buys on Robinhood, I'm just going to put the rest of it into ARK. So taking a look at this company here, this morning they also just hit an all-time high, or a 52-week high, but I'm pretty sure it's the all-time high of the stock there. Over the last 5 years, ARK has grown 923%. This company, or this ETF, has actually knocked it out of the park. Kathy Wood is an absolute genius when it comes to managing funds. I'm a huge fan of what she does. She's an absolute incredible person in the investing world, and she's definitely someone to take a look at and follow if you're new to investing. You know, this is a great growth ETF that you can take a look into. One of the downsides to this ETF is it has a pretty high fee to get into. So that being said, though, you know, it's a high fee, but at the same time, if you're beating the stock market by 90%, that's a pretty fair trade-off, I believe, here. And so yeah, and so I think actually that might do it for me. I don't know how much more time I have. I've got to get going, but if you guys find any of this information useful or educational, or shed some insight on some different aspects of investing that you haven't considered in the past, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, leave me a comment on what you think about these different stocks that I've talked about today, and we'll start up a conversation. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and stay safe out there.